Hello there, vinyl community, and hello there, Will, aka the Vinyl Potato. This is a movie for you and a response to your 100 subscribers contest. 100 subscribers. Congratulations to reaching that milestone. Welcome to Club 100. As I joined myself a couple of weeks ago. I really like your name, Vinyl Potato. It's really odd and special. I really like that. And you have a little contest, and it was a contest that I found extremely interesting. You wanted us to show vinyl singles and our favorite vinyl singles, and it was a contest that was right up my alley, and I think you can imagine why. I had the problem of choosing which ones I should take, so the movie wouldn't be all too long. I mean, come on, I have about both CD singles and vinyl singles combined, over 4,000 singles, so it was very, very hard to actually take out some special favorites. I wanted to take out some of my really favorite 80s songs, but I felt like I wanted to take out some of the really, really special singles that I feel I have, which I think was the idea of the contest. So I have a little stack of records, singles, about 15 singles that I'm going to show in various genres and formats. So let's start with the 80s singles, and I think the perfect way to start is with a single that has been with me for I think I bought it extremely early in about maybe 25 years ago or something like that. It is Pet Shop Boys single Domino Dancing, and on the B-side it is a song called Don Juan. And the reason I chose this one, it's always been a favorite of mine. I've always been a huge fan of Domino Dancing single. It is an extremely well produced and great single, and the B-sides of Pet Shop Boys always is something special to listen to, and especially the B-side of Don Juan, because that one is such a beautiful and wonderful B-side that I think could have made it as a minor hit of its own, actually. So it is what I think is good about a single, where the A-side and the B-side is almost equally as good. And these are the idea of the singles that I have picked out, that most of them are perfect, both A and B side. And this is an example. Really one of the best B-sides I own, Don Juan. Here is another special favorite of mine, one of the best songs ever made. This is Susanna Hoff's solo single, My Side of the Bed. I love this song from the very beginning when it came. And as I said before, the album When You're a Boy is the best album I ever have heard. Filled with such a perfect pop pearls. The B-side here is a song called Made of Stone, and it's also another great song from the When You're a Boy album. And another reason for this single being one of my favorites, take a look at this gorgeous woman. Wow. So many reasons for this single being one of my favorites, but most of all it is two absolutely marvelous songs from a perfect album. Number 3 is, of course, I mean, did anyone think that I would forget Depeche Mode? And for this occasion I choose the single of The World in My Eyes from the Violator album. And the reason I choose this one is because it has two songs as the B-sides. It is both the song Happiest Girl and in the Jack mix, and Sea of Sin in a tonal mix. And both songs at the B-sides are so extremely great. This is a really great single with three awesome songs. I always, since I heard it the first time, been such a huge fan of World in My Eyes. It is a really atmospheric and really relaxing, exciting and mysterious song that I really like. I definitely, one of my absolute favorite Depeche Mode songs from Depeche Mode's maybe best album. Going to the 80s, and a song that also is one of my absolute favorite songs ever. It's a song that's very close to my heart and has been following me in my entire life. Propaganda, P Machinery. German group Propaganda. It's a fantastic band with great singer Claudia Brücken. And the B-side here is Frozen Faces. Also an awesome song. And if you can check out, search for Frozen Faces, the B-side, on YouTube. You can find a really great, I hope it's still up there, I hope great live performance from the Tube back in 1985, I think. Really awesome single, filled with such fantasy and really exciting single. Of course, gotta have some Madonna. And my choosing is this one, The Look of Love, from the Who's That Girl soundtrack. The reason I choose this one is that this is the single that made me discover how great Madonna was. I said before that between 86 and 87 I wasn't all that high on Madonna until I heard this one. I realized that, hey, this girl actually has something. She's really good. And from that moment I was turned over to become a Madonna fan. The B-side here is I Know It, and it's from Madonna's debut album. I think you, Adam, Adam87 have heard that song pretty many times. I really like this single very much. It is a single that I had much huge childhood memories from. The last single of the 80s is a song in the genre of new wave synth pop. Of course, it's me, new wave synth pop. I choose Ultravox and the single The Voice, released on Chrysalis and from the Raging Eden album back in 1982. This also has a great single, Path and Angles, and it's such a great B-side with the soft spoken voice, and awesome produced. George Martin is behind the production, and alongside with Ultravox also. I was wrong. George Martin is not behind it. This is totally by Ultravox themselves. Sorry about that. But it's a great song nonetheless. It is one of Ultravox's best songs. Really exciting, and a little creepy song actually, but still so well made, awesome produced. Really gets goosebumps listening to this single actually. And the A and B side fits so well together because they are really exciting, both of them. Of course, some jazz singles, and I showing these two as one single because they are more or less in series. This is Eddie Locke, Joe Davis and his trio. First I found this one. This is Night at Count Basis. This is a live single consisting day by day on the street where you live, don't worry about me, and don't get around much anymore. And the great thing here is it is Eddie Locho Davis tenor saxophone, but it's also Sidney Scott on organ, and it's Arthur Edgehill on drums and George Deweer on bass, and it's so really happy jazz feeling. You can tell by the way they play that they really enjoy having a good time playing live, and I really like this. It's really an awesome live performance. And at the record fair a couple of years ago I was able to find this one, same setting, Another Night at Count Basis. Is a continuing single consisting Galling Calicho, Close Your Eyes, Just One More Chance, and Now That I Need You. So these two are highly recommended if you like a great live jazz with Hammond organ, and really awesome jazz singles. And the same can be said with these two, because these are also in some kind of a series. Unfortunately I only have part 1 and part 3. I'm hoping to find part 2 once. This is Session at Midnight, and this is also great recordings, because you also here you can hear that they're having a good time, and even though this is not live, but still I like the story about this one. This is a band consisting a lot of musicians that they aren't called anything more than Jazz Reunion at Melrose, and consisting guys like Gus Bivona, Benny Carter, Harry Sweets Edison, Irv Cutler, Al Henriksen, and so on, Jimmy Rose. You're having a lot of great guys here that played live at a jazz club, and a record producer heard them, and he got so fascinated that he walked to them and said, "Hey, I have this record studio just opposite, the street opposite, and I know that it's late, but hey, I would appreciate if you came down with me and did some jamming, and I can record it and release it." And they said, "Okay, we'll do it." And they took their instruments, walked across the street, and began to play. And they, even though it was late at midnight, the title says Session at Midnight, they just played because they wanted to play, because they wanted to have some fun. And you can tell by the way they play, and it's such an awesome recording, awesome jazz feeling. Of course, my favorite jazz pianist, I choose this one because it's so hard to find Leonard Tristano on single, but I was able to find this Capitol release, classic in jazz series, and maybe a little bit low budget, but still it's a great single with Leonard Tristano, alongside with Lee Kunitz, Wayne Mars, Bill Bauer, Arnold Fishkin, and Denzel Best, from 1949, and I'm playing Cross Current, Intuition, Saxophone, and Digression. Really happy to have this one. As I said, it's not easy to find Leonard Tristano singles, but at least not here. And we have some older pop singles. We're having this one that I've shown when I bought it, but I'm happy to show it again. My favorite Elvis single, In the Ghetto and Any Day Now, from Elvis in Memphis. One of my favorites because it contains two of Elvis' absolute best songs, in my opinions. Any Day Now is perhaps one of the best songs ever. I really always love that song, and In the Ghetto is such an awesome song with such a great lyric. So really happy to have this one. And of course I have some CD singles as well. I have a lot of CD singles, so I have taken out 4 of them. This is a single I bought in Gothenburg in 1986. I remember I bought it first once and it was wrong. It was failed to play, so I had to walk down to the store again and change it, because I was we were about to leave Gothenburg the same day. This is Saint Etienne with He's on the Phone, maybe their biggest hit single, and it's featuring the French rapper Etienne Daho. This is an awesome single. When it comes to CD singles, it's great when you have 4 separate tracks, and all of them are so awesome. And here is one of these cases. Besides, this is an awesome song, He's on the Phone, a classic, true classic that I have memories from, and I really like Sarah Cracknell's voice. But it also has great songs, Grovelly Road, Is It True, and The Process. 3 singles that is so awesome. And this is released on Sony Music. I'm not finished with Depeche Mode. I have this one also that I really cherish very high. This is Depeche Mode, a live EP that was released as a promo for their Songs of Faith and Devotion live album, the live version of their Songs of Faith and Devotion album from 1993. Dave Gahan here, as always, filled with energy when he plays live. Here. Really great. And the songs the Depeche Mode plays on this one is Condemnation, Personal Jesus, Enjoy the Silence, and my absolute favorite Depeche Mode song ever from the later album, Halo. However, I can't show that one as a single because it isn't released on single. This is recorded live at the Forum in Milan. Sorry. Forum in Milan, 1993. Such an awesome and little rare live EP. When it comes to live rare EPs, I was happy to find this one in Stockholm. This is my favorite soul and electro singer from Sweden, Robin, and an EP called the Rakamoni EP, consisting 5 tracks, Konnichiwa Bitches, Cobra Style, List of Demons, and Be Mine in a ballad version. Be Mine was a single that she released before, and Jack You Off. This is a single, I think, that is released just for the foreign market. It isn't released formally as a single in Sweden. But I was lucky to run into it into a second-hand store in Stockholm, and was extremely happy to find this one for a very low price of $1. So it's extremely great to have in the collection. And finally, a single that I was extremely surprised by realizing how good it was. This is more Swedish. This is a Swedish rock band from the 90s, Whale. Whale, consisting Swedish comedian Henrik Schyffert and media personality Kia Bergsoro. I never liked Whale before this single. I thought there was a very noisy band that, and I always disliked Henrik Schyffert as a comedian. I've never been a fan of Kia Berg as a presenter, so I didn't have high hopes for this band until I heard this song at the radio and realized that, hey, this is awesome. This is so great. And I took a chance and bought the entire single of 4 big speakers with the other tracks, 14 Rock Street and Anywhere But Here, and realized how that all these 3 tracks were so great, was so awesome. And then I also bought their album, All Disco Dance Must End in Broken Bones, and realized that it was actually so surprisingly awesome. And all of a sudden I was transformed into a Whale fan. I still think that Henrik Schyffert is a very overrated as a Swedish comedian. I'm not a huge fan of his, but I think that Whale was an awesome band in the 90s. So, with that, Will, I hope that you are satisfied with my answer. Some of my absolute favorite singles, and as I said, I have a lot of singles more. I could do another video if I wanted to, but I would want to spare something for future videos. So I hope that you had a good time, Will, and the rest of you also, of course. And it's getting close soon. Hopefully I will do a vinyl update for March in the future. And until next time, I hope that you have a nice continuing of the week, and so long.